Hello and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for April 3rd to the 10th, 2026. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. I'm glad you're here and adding your energy to mine as we co-create this reading of the week. Let's get into it, shall we? I invite you to close your eyes and let's take 3 nice deep breaths together, getting our energy into alignment over time and space. With each breath, dropping more firmly and clearly down into one's beautiful body. And with that third exhale, I invite you to imagine a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going deep down into Mother Earth and grounding you here and now in this present moment. Knowing that this tree root not only anchors you and grounds you, but it is also a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children as we co-create this reading of the week for April 3rd to the 10th, 2026. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our well-being and the well-being of anyone whose life we touch. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening to be present and facilitate this exchange, as well as an overlighting angel of communication to help us gather across time and space, to work together to co-create something magnificent here in service to our highest and greatest good and evolution and service to all life here on this planet at this time. I'd like to thank the overarching Deva of my home, Heart's Home, for holding me in such a good way, grounding me and supporting me. And I'd like to acknowledge the Devas of all of your homes, wherever you are on this planet, the organizing intelligence of the space where you find yourself, which, whether you are aware of it or not, is holding you in the best way possible. And when we learn to co-create with our Devas, we learn to leverage that power and potency and grounding in service to our highest and greatest good. And so thank you. Thank you to those organizing intelligences for their support, their love, their kindness, and help. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating across time and space a beautiful sphere of light around each and every one of us that gathers us into one great unified sphere of light. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. We set the tone for ease, for clarity, for upliftment, for wisdom, for insight, for peace, for transformation, truly for anything which is in service to our highest evolution at this time, in service to the greatest harmony and peace and well-being and transformation of healing on this planet at this time, not just for humanity and all of humanity, but also for this beautiful planet Earth that we are privileged to call home. Thank you, Mother Earth. And anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. All right, my friends, let's get into the reading, shall we? We've stacked the altar with lots of amethyst. We have some rose quartz, some clear quartz, some labradorite, some turquoise, and some beautiful lapis lazuli, and then this lovely ocean rock that is in the shape of a heart that I found on a trip with some dear friends down the coast, the west coast of the U.S. Okay, all of that energy supporting us as we do our reading today, opening our hearts, healing our hearts, providing us with the intuition and the communication skills we need to be the best agents possible for life at this time, in service to our good and the good of all those whose lives we touch. What do we need to know this week, Creator? That we may be all that we came here to be, that we may easily and effortlessly release from our fields that which no longer serves, letting that drop down deep into Mother Earth to be transformed and transmuted into beautiful compost for all of our growth. So that in the face of the crises on planet Earth, at the human level at any rate, and the natural level, we may do what we need to do with ease and grace to transform all this into peace and harmony and goodwill and love and kindness and compassion for our good and the good of all those whose lives we touch. Okay. And we're starting with new beginnings in the level of the heart. So this is sitting in the past position. This is something we know already. This is something we have experienced. We are familiar with it. How we can have a change at the level of our heart, and it transforms everything in our experience. We change, and as a result of our shift, everything around us changes. This is the time we're living into, where our hearts are opening more deeply than they ever have before. We're becoming more sensitive and aware of each other. And as a result of that, we're just collectively coming to the point of no more of this ridiculous harm for each other, for ourselves. It's time to love. It's time to have that deeper connection to ourselves and each other, this beautiful planet. It's time to come into right relationship with all aspects of life and have a different experience, a deeper harmony, a different connection that starts from the heart. Fresh beginnings on the level of the heart, connection from the heart. It's the Prince. Well, it's still about the heart. It's still about that change. It's still about momentum. It's still about things changing on the level of the heart, that transformation that happens when we are heart-centered. And we have the Prince of Hearts here riding around, waving his heart around, inviting everyone to come and connect with him. Let's have a beautiful time together. Let's gather and share our hearts and share our connection. And this is a wonderful energy. And this is, as I said, it's information, things that we know from our past that are relevant now and going into our future. And so this energy of the Knight or the Prince of Hearts pulling us into new beginnings on the level of the heart, pulling us into changes on the level of the heart, and that these changes are happening quite quickly because it is a Knight, and Knight means momentum. It's that energy that moves quickly. So that's important going forward, understanding that this is moving quickly and we need to just integrate it. We need to drop into our hearts and be in our hearts in a different way than we have been. We all know this. We're feeling it. We're way more connected than we ever have been. And so the suffering of others is not something we can just glibly ignore anymore. And yet we still need to find our center. We still need to be deeply present, heart-centered, here in our own lives, doing our own work really, really well, so that that energy is going out into the collective in service to more healing and love and light. And here we have the Strength card, where this woman, she has the infinity symbol activated at the top of her head. And as a result of that, it indicates that she's in a clear and higher octave space in terms of her energy. She's coming at life from that intentional connection to source. The broader, wiser part of her is filled in her field. She's living from that broader, wiser sense of herself and her connection to all that is. And as a result of it, she's made friends with this lion that had a thorn in its paw. And she took the thorn out of its paw, so it's no longer suffering the way it was. And therefore, she has the trust and the loyalty, the connection to the animal. But what the animal represents is our own human animal nature. And that we do need to befriend ourselves. We do need to be connected on all levels of our being. You know, like I keep saying, our bodies are not an afterthought. They are essential to our experience here on the planet at this time. We're not here to meditate ourselves away from our reality. We're here to be here in these bodies, doing our life in the best way possible, holding as much of the broader, wiser frequency of ourselves as we can. And like I've said before on this channel, that's what all the ancient practices were about. They were about bringing the breath into the body, into this now moment, and grounding into the present, because this point of presence in these bodies is where we are creating from. This is where we will create our beautiful new future. This is where we will create the solutions that we need. We won't do it if our mind is wandering off in the four corners of the universe. It needs to be here in the body. Not saying that it's not fun to go on little mental holidays, but I'm just saying with the breath, come back to the body, because we need each and every one of us here now. on deck, on earth, not wandering away, not distracted, not doing things that they don't really want to do because they've been overpowered by the arm wrestling of the media. We need to be sovereign. We need to be deciding where we're putting our attention and our focus, because whatever we're doing with our attention and our focus, we're nourishing. So if we're focusing on things that are not congruent with our heart's calling, that's what we're building. If we want to build the world that our hearts know is possible, that's where we need to focus. And, maybe we don't know what that looks like. Maybe we don't know what our role in that is, and that's okay. It's important for you to focus on your yes in that case. Go towards your highest enthusiasm. Even if in this moment it's take a walk or have a nap. Eat an apple, have a piece of cheese. I don't know what you eat. Maybe not good examples. But this example of just come home to yourself with the breath, drop into that beautiful body, check in with yourself, and take action from the place of highest enthusiasm. And it won't be cloud nine all the time. But there is a preference in every moment, and moving towards that energy gives you energy. It's turning the dial up on your life force so that you have more of that vital, wise, amazing, generative enthusiasm populating your field and inspiring you and motivating you and taking you in the right direction. And as a result of this harmony, we have strength and we have resilience. And we are whole and harmonious. We've allied with ourselves as a human animal. We've allied with our hearts. We've allied with our minds. We've allied with our spirits. And we're bringing all of it into this now moment and creating something magnificent from here. The near future. The world. This is the last card of the major arcana. And of course, it's never the end. It's a spiral. It just keeps going around. Bigger, wider, higher, but we keep cycling through energy. And this card, the world, we have the dancer with the earth. And that's us. We are the dancers. We are the dancers who've come to earth to dance with life and co-create with life. What do we want? The future is wide open. Are we going to let someone else dictate it for us? Or are we going to create what we want? And make it possible through our attention, our energy, our love, our care, and consideration. Giving our focus to all the beautiful, good things that bring us to more joy, so that we are dancing from that amazing, expansive space of service to love and light on the planet. So we have 2 major arcanas this week. Pretty significant. And of course, we have the card of joy, 6 of hearts. This is our foundation. It's why we're having the reading this week. This is a lovely reminder. Yes, there is a lot of stuff going on this planet, and we get to choose how we're going to be about it. Are we going to focus and put our precious energy and attention and resilience in the way of hopelessness because that's what we're being fed? Despondency and fear? Having all that thrown in our field? Are we going to let that bring our energy and our attention and our vibration down? Because that serves no one. Where we need to be is on our path, walking our talk, doing our good work, bringing our best attention and energy and life force into our now moment to the best of our ability, in service to more love and light, and if we can, accessing joy, whatever that looks like. Even if it's just putting on some beautiful music or going for a walk. As you know, in the Northern Hemisphere here, it's spring. For some of us, further along than others. But there's a lot of new life going on, and that's incredibly generative and inspiring. And down in the Southern Hemisphere, of course, you're going into winter. And there's so much beauty in the change of the season and the going inward and the nurturing of the self and the reflection on the busyness and the highlight and the joy that we've just lived through. But there's an opportunity for joy in all of it. We can cultivate joy deliberately by the choices that we're making. What are we bringing into our space? Are we surrounded by things that bring us to more comfort, more joy, more well-being, more happiness, more thriving? We can deliberately cultivate that sense of well-being. But this card is also reminding us of simplicity and ease. We have children playing. That's not complicated. That's easy. It's fun. It's direct. Connecting with others from that simple space of just enjoyment. So I encourage you to go and find things to enjoy. Find things to savor. Give yourself permission to breathe deeply and be in those spaces, doing those things, and letting that nutritious aspect feed you and your soul and the collective human field, because we are not separate from. And as we all take care of ourselves and we live into more of this, our attention is on the things that we want rather than the things we don't. And that's what's building the new world. We are incredibly powerful creators. How do we want our dance with life to go? Because if we sit back and we're wallflowers, we're not having a very satisfying experience. And, maybe it's time for us to think about that. What is the experience that we're giving to the divine? We are all channels for the divine. Are we giving the divine a good experience? Because ultimately that's what's going to create things for us. And so, things changing quickly on the level of the heart, leading to a new right relationship with ourselves, leading to connection to the broader, wiser part of us and our connection to our human animal selves. And how do we enter into right relationship with this very intentional energy? Again, the infinity symbol on the top of her head representing her connection to source energy and allowing herself to be that deep, deep clearing for that power and that potency. The world, this is what we're moving towards. We're creating the new world. What do we want it to look like? How do we want this dance to go? Our attention is so important at this time. Please, please, please give it to what lights you up rather than what diminishes you, makes you fearful, small, doubtful, uncertain, and essentially diminishes your ability to be of any good or any use and any service to life itself. We need all hands on deck. We need people optimistic and positive and joyful to the best of our abilities, because joy will help to offset the fear that is out there on the planet right now. Contentment is another good thing, and gratitude certainly is the most amazing way to lever ourselves out of the hole and back out into life. Appreciating all the blessings in our lives, counting our blessings is powerful, powerful, because as we know, life just wants to give us more of what we're giving our attention to. And if we're focused on what we don't want, well, that's what we're going to see more of. But if we focus on what we do want, that's where it multiplies, and that's what we see, and that's what grows, and that's what is nourished by the attention that we give it. So that's our reading for this week. Let's pull our card to grow on. It is optimistic, but it does require that we be the boss of us, that we not let ourselves put our guard down, that we not just relax and allow ourselves to get sidetracked by whatever is on social media or the news. Yes, there's a lot going on, but we don't help it by wringing our hands and freaking out. We have to stay in our power. We have to stay in our love. We have to stay in our hearts. We have to stay in our prayers, sending love to all those on the planet who may be in darkness and suffering and fear, knowing that we can raise them up with our care and our concern and our well-being, and that our own goodness, our own happiness here in the places where we are not at the effect of war does so much to shift the balance of those who are in those places. And let's pray for our leaders, that they wake up, wise up, start to come from the heart, because war doesn't serve anybody. It only serves those, I suppose, I don't know who they would be who would benefit, but there must be somebody who's benefiting, otherwise why would they do it? Or we could look at it from another perspective. Our leaders are agents pushing these dark things to push us into finally saying enough. They're serving us by pushing us. And it's time for us to rise up and just say, hey, no more of this. We want love. We want kindness. We want clean air. We want clean water. We want everyone to be taken care of. We want happy, healthy environments for our children to grow up in. We want to age in peace and make our contribution in beautiful, meaningful ways in service to more love and light on the planet. Everyone's seen and fostered into their abilities so they can give their best. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want a world like that? All right, probably most of the people on this channel. I'm sure there's people out there who don't, but they really should think about it because it would be awesome. Card to grow on, Creator. Please What do we need to know for this week? That we may carry this in our hearts and minds, this summary card of these energies, so that we are wise to them this week and flowing in the best way possible in service to the good. Oh, it's our pruning card, our old friend that just seems to surface all the time. Keep it clean. Keep it light. Use the rational, practical aspects of yourself to keep yourself on target. It's a very practical card. When we're pruning, the first thing you do with an overgrown shrub is you cut out all the dead, diseased, and crossing branches. Then you just step back, you look at that plant, and you prune it so that air and light can circulate and that plant can thrive. Same thing with this for us in our own lives. What do we need to prune? What is dead, diseased, and crossing in our own lives? And it's time to prune it out. And then to prune judiciously so that the most love and light and beauty and air and water can circulate through our fields. And we can stay clean and clear, be on purpose, and grow into our happiest and healthiest tree of life. This is our card to grow on this week, folks. So let's give that some attention. Let's clean things up. Cut away the dead wood, all the disease stuff. Get rid of that so that we are clean and clear, light and nimble, responsive, not reactive. And from that clean and clear and solid, congruent space, we are beacons for more love and light on this planet. We are able to hold and transmit more of that gorgeous, clean, clear light frequency out onto the planet at this time, helping to light up the dark corners so that we can sweep them out, clean them up, and come to new distinctions around where we want to go, because contrast not only works personally, it works collectively. High contrast helps us to distinguish what we prefer, and humanity is having a high contrast moment. So let's have the distinction sooner rather than later so that this can be over and we can powerfully move forward so that all of our trees of life can thrive and this beautiful planet can too. And we can all be more and get over this wasting of our life force and our energy. Ugh, so done with it. I suspect you are too. So our beautiful friendly card that keeps showing up, keep showing up. Keep it clean, keep it nimble, keep it light, keep it honest, keep it true. Clean and clear inside and out. And with that, let's wrap up the reading of the week. I invite you to close your eyes and take a nice deep breath with me. Creator, thank you for this opportunity to come together and do this reading of the week in service to our highest and greatest good. I want to thank all those, incarnate and discarnate, for the support, the love, the encouragement, the holding that has been going on in terms of holding us to our highest and greatest good, the support of energy, the encouragement, the cheering from the sidelines. I'm so grateful for all those who are holding this space for us. I'm grateful for where we stand as humanity. For this dramatic contrast, may we use it well in service to our greater power, our greater joy, our greater love, our greater co-creative ability as humans on the planet at this time, building the future from this now moment, from our talents, from our love, from our highest enthusiasm, from our hearts, from our deep presence. I ask that we move with ease, that we prune our lives wisely, that we use our attention with intention in service to the highest and greatest good and the best unfolding for each individual on this call, all those whose lives they touch, for every member of this human family and this earth family. May we all wise up to our role as stewards and caregivers and caretakers of this beautiful planet, that we may wisely and consciously become conscious stewards, having deep, rich, beautiful experiences in harmony with all life here at this time. And many blessings on you. Thank you for adding your energy to mine, for being here once again to make this reading possible. The messages are very clear. We are moving ahead. we are needing to be responsible and masterful with our attention and our energy. And I'm grateful to you for being up for it. I hope if you find these readings helpful, you will share it with those in your community who may also benefit, so that this message can go to whoever needs to hear it right now, whether they're feeling despondent and despairing, to know that there is a contingent of the human family that is focused on love and light, that is focused on keeping it clean and lofty, that is focused on creating a more beautiful world. Because we are. And there's so many of us. Even if this is a little channel, there are many, many, many conscious, intentional, deliberate, heart-centered people holding that beautiful world in our hearts. Even if it hasn't materialized yet, we know it's possible and we're calling it in. And it's already here in the wings. There are aspects of it everywhere on this planet. So let's use this high contrast to determine what we prefer. We want an end to war. We want an end to suffering. We want peace. We want healing. We want transformation. We want harmony and beauty. We want co-creation that is harmonious and balanced. And so many more things. If you have ideas, put them under the video. We can always have a discussion. It's a pretty good thing. And by liking this video and subscribing, you add a different kind of energy to this, so that it can perhaps through the algorithms reach more people. I do offer in-person where I live and online readings if you're interested. But mainly I post these every week so that they can go out to, this reading can go out to whoever needs it wherever they are on this planet in service to more love and light. So by sharing it, you're doing your part to distribute it. Thank you for that. I wish you a beautiful week. We have the beginning of April. We have a full moon starting the month. There's a lot of astrological stuff happening from the people I follow. The first couple of weeks are probably going to be pretty intense, which is why the reading was so clear today about staying focused on the good. That's your homework. That's your assignment. So get into your life, do beautiful things, keep it clean and clear. If you notice yourself going to that dark place, take the deep breath, come back into your heart, come back into trust and say, yep, that's God's business. My business is to be right here, right now. What does God want me to do? The dishes. Good. Get on with the dishes. To get out, cut the grass, rake the lawn, whatever it is, get into your life, be here now, be that clearing for love and light that you already are. Just keep doing it. My heart goes out to you. We are all in this together. Much love and light. We chose to be here. Thank you for doing your good work. I'll look forward to seeing you next Friday. Onwards and upwards. Bye for now.